Hello everybody, it's Andrew's weather predictions here. It's been a while since I've done anything. Oh, I thought that was epic, Ben. Whoops. But it's been a while since I've made a video, so we're gonna do it again today. Well, weather one at least. There's a lot of stuff to talk about today. Let me get a tropical ticket. There's a lot of stuff to talk about today. Um, Lots of updates too to go over with different things. Um, so that's a thing. Currently across the United States, we have a severe thunderstorm warning in extreme eastern Maine, and actually, I'm gonna go to the other weather that gives, or not the other weather that goes. I'm gonna go to that site that has the radar, just so we can see what's happening right now. We're gonna go to this site too. Where is it? I'm gonna find it. Sorry if this is taking a while. Pretty sure this is it right here. Yep, that's it. Radar. Satellite's gonna be off. We're gonna turn hazards on. We're also gonna turn tropical on. And we're gonna turn observations on. So currently we don't have any real tropical storms right now. Up here in eastern Maine, gonna take a second to load. Here in eastern Maine, let me zoom out a little bit. We have a line of thunderstorms here that is producing 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. We have heat advisories and heat warnings across the Northeast and the Pacific Northwest. We have a flash flood watch in Missouri and Kansas, and also one in New Mexico. This area in through here is expected to have widespread flooding because of all the rainfall. A lot of showers and storms happening across the central U.S. as well. And we will expect to have more severe weather today. Anywhere really in here, you're going to have the potential to see severe weather all the way through Maine today. The highest risk seems to be more or less in here. And there is a small tornado threat, but it's not very high. So moving back over, we're gonna look at the Storm Prediction Center first, since we're on the topic of severe weather here. Let's look at their thunderstorm outlook first. So their thunderstorm outlook for today looks like the highest concentration is actually between 16 and 4Z. Here's the day one convective outlook. So we have a enhanced risk in place across portions of Maine, Vermont. Oh wait, no, that's New Hampshire, Vermont, New York, Massachusetts, extreme northern Connecticut, and portions of extreme northern Rhode Island. We have a slight surrounding that all the way into Ohio. Tornado risk today is very low, and on the northern part of the risk, because that's where the lower level winds are, we got a 2% risk. Damaging wind gusts is a 30% risk. That's what's driving the enhanced, and large hail is a 5%. So what can you expect? Well, you can expect semi-widespread damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour, pretty light or likely, with maybe in an isolated significant gust up to 75 miles per hour out of the woods. A tornado or two possible, especially across Maine, extreme northern Massachusetts, extreme eastern New York, portions of Vermont, New Hampshire, and then isolated large hail across portions of those areas as well, a little bit further south. Tomorrow, we have a marginal risk. This is going to be driven by tornadoes, wind, and hail. I would not be surprised if we do see a categorical upgrade for this, and they do mention one as well. So we will probably see one at some point once there's some uncertainties taken out. It'll probably be only for wind, though. Day 3, we have no risk. Under the Weather Prediction Center, here's what today has. We already looked into that severe weather portion, but they have a flash flood portion from like PA all the way to Ohio. Tomorrow, it's in the Mid-Atlantic into the Tennessee Valley. On day 3, they don't have one yet. We'll look at surface analysis actually right now. So here's the 12Z surface analysis. So kind of looking at it, it's extremely hot in the Pacific Northwest. We already have 80s and 70s up there. That's extremely rare. Cold front situated across the Midwest. I wouldn't be surprised to see a strong storm all the way over here today. A 1 or 2 severe warnings, but not enough to warn a marginal. Maine, we already have these eastern barbs over here. This is going to create some more of a tornado threat because of these backed winds. So that's why the 2% is there. And then you also have some, looks like that cold front's still in Canada via 12Z. What that was around 4 hours ago now. Looking at the fronts map here. 18Z, we're expecting to see severe weather across the Northeast and heavy rain across the Midwest and thunderstorms. 0Z, same thing. 6Z, really only the Midwest portions of the Great Lakes are going to be seeing storms. 12Z, same thing, but into the Mid-Atlantic. And then 0Z, a large area. 12Z Friday as well, large area. I would not be surprised if we get a severe storm up in here with that little low pressure. We'll check that out with the models in a little bit. Saturday right there. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So lots of showers and thunderstorms are going to be likely across the United States. I believe this is July 6th. That's July 7th. July 4th. Well, we can't quite get to July 4th yet, but we'll get to it eventually. Let's first start by looking off at the HRRR. We'll look at the 12Z run. We'll look at tomorrow and today. Pivotal weather will load. Let's see here. So, I'm not trying to compare models. Nope, I'm not trying to do that. We're gonna look at. Oh, we're gonna look at forecast loop. I gotta get that up. Okay, so here's the forecast loop with the HRRR for today. So looks like around 16Z we will start to see some supercells fire. They might extend the 2 into more of New York here. We'll take a sounding in Maine because that's where I've seen the main tornado threat this whole time here. And it's not really that high. It's a little bit too. It's very dry in the low levels, which that's gonna ruin the tornado threat with this event. And also that the shear is very poor in the low levels. In the mid levels, it's all right. It'll support damaging wind gusts. This sounding is a-okay. It does have more shear, but the storm relativity is just garbage. So I'm kind of surprised they even have a tornado risk today. But you know what? We'll see what happens. We'll probably get 1 or 2 tornado warnings today because some random area gets a really good profile in the Northeast. But these are expected to grow upscale into linear clusters at some point. Taking another sounding here at this point. Yeah, it's more linear. Around in the evening time, we'll get upscale growth into a few clusters. Then looking at tomorrow. Let me go to the Mid-Atlantic for tomorrow. Looks like storm initiation will be in mid-afternoon. Looks like a few supercells form and a pretty mean Boeing cluster there in PA. That's sounding, if there was not as much of a dew point to temperature depression, we would have a tornado threat with this 100%, but that's only a damaging wind threat now. It's a decent damaging wind threat at that. See here. Still, that the HRRR, that's a pretty mean Boeing segment there, so that's maybe where the slight will get placed. And there, that's a tornado threat. That's a pretty good tornado threat too. So that's a pretty good tornado threat right there. We'll have to really watch that. They'll probably end up extending the tornado risk a little bit. But that's pretty good. Let's look into portions of the Delmarva area. Not too much there, more of a wind and hail risk, or more of a wind risk, excuse me. Lots of clusters, and they actually last a while too. I don't really think we have any severe weather areas other than that. We'll just check out, we'll check out, um, the next day with the NAM. Oh, look at the NAM nest too. So here's the NAM nest for today. It goes more clustery, but that's typical NAM nest. That's gross sounding wise. That's not a good sounding at all. Because I actually took the 3Z and go back to like, okay. This is it actually does show multiple clusters, which is very realistic, and the thermals are pretty decent. Yeah, that's a good sounding. 9 Celsius per kilometer lapse rates. There goes big old linear for that event. Looks like the Carolinas gonna get in on some severe weather with this. Oh yeah, that's actually that's a profile there for tornadic development as well. You don't have the best shear, but that'll get you a tornado or two and some damaging wind gust, as well as maybe some isolated large hail. Let's look at the NAM. Actually, I'll look at the wrap because it loaded the wrap up. Let's look at the wrap here. Let's just go on to later today. We'll take a sounding. We'll take a box sounding because the wrap isn't. See it. It's not terrible. A very high surface cap though, probably because it's in the ocean. That's pretty decent. That'll give you hail and wind, for sure. Check tomorrow on the wrap too. Looks like the wrap one's a little bit of a mean segment there tomorrow. Let's take a sounding there in New Jersey because that's what the best environment seems to be. Not bad. If you had more low level shear, that would be a tornado threat there. Check more north in New Jersey. It's not bad again. Now the last GFS. Since we've touched on severe weather, now let's go into tropical weather. We actually went in depth with it. Let's go into tropical weather. So currently, we'll go into the National Hurricane Center first. I think that's probably a good idea. Currently, we have a 60% chance for disturbance 1 to start and develop, which is 97L. And then 95L has a 10% chance. It's running out of time. It doesn't have as much of a good environment here. Currently looking at 97L. It just looks really good. We'll look at satellite on it in a second here. We also have a tropical storm out there in the Eastern Pacific. This was a hurricane at one point. Day 5 graphical outlook. This is expected to become a tropical storm now. 80% chance of development. And what models are doing and models are curving it up like this. So the United States could be at watch for the, will need to watch this. Now, this is very far out for that. Probably a week, probably over a week out. So we only know it's probably going to hit, we only know it's probably going to go into the Caribbean, and we don't know anything from there. It could curve out and become a fish storm. It could also do this. We don't know, okay? We don't know, and that's why I'm not going to make assumptions to where it could hit. We'll check the spaghetti models here in a second. Let's go on to 97L here. So here's what it currently looks like. It's gonna take a little bit for this to load. See here, it's getting convective burst every now and again. You can see it's spinning decently well, and it has a decent amount of convection as well around the center, which is a good thing for tropical cyclone development, and it looks pretty good at the moment. Going back to the current storms tab here and looking at it, here are the global hurricane models. Most of them are in good agreement that this is going to go into the Caribbean. Some take it on to Dominican Republic, some take it on to Cuba. After that some of them take it on to Florida, and some of them take it out to the Atlantic, and some of them take it out to the Gulf. We don't know what it's going to happen, basically. Pretty much after, I would say, this line, we don't know. We just don't know what's going to happen. Looking at the GFS ensembles, the GFS ensembles want this thing to become a hurricane here right, our strong tropical storm at around hour 72, and then they want it to curve right there. Some of them would take it out and become a stronger storm into the Gulf. Some of them take out and become a stronger storm into the Atlantic. We don't know. We just don't know. And that's what I'm basically trying to get at here. We don't know. It is likely going to become a high-end tropical storm to hurricane here within the next 84 hours or so before it ends up in making land interaction with one of the islands in the Caribbean. Or if it doesn't, then that's not going to be good. Now let's look at the hurricane models here. We'll look at the GFS first. Because that's the first model it had loaded up. So the GFS right here. Let's go back a little bit into the other region. I know there's another region. We'll go out to the tropical Atlantic, and it's gonna take a second to load because tropical tidbits is slow. Come on, tropical tidbits, you're being very slow. Okay, well, I guess it doesn't want to load into the tropical Atlantic, but it has a hurricane before it even approaches the Leeward Islands there. Oh, I think it. Oh, having trouble. The website is offline. That's great. Okay, well, I'll look at Weather Bell, I guess. We'll look at the GFS on pivotal weather for tropical weather. That's not good. And the one time I want to use freaking. But here's what the GFS has it right now. Has it getting organized into a high-end tropical storm by tomorrow, which is very possible. Has it becoming a hurricane here at this point, or nearing hurricane strength, and again it goes out into the Caribbean. That's definitely a hurricane at that point. Hits land, weakens some, strengthens again, hits more land. When we go into the Southwest Atlantic, yeah, we're gonna get. Wait, no, not this area. Caribbean. There we go. That's good. That's a good area for this one. There the tropical cyclone goes. Makes some land interaction with Cuba, strengthens. Then it goes up into Florida and goes into the Gulf. And let's just say the GFS wants this to become a very strong hurricane in the Northeast Gulf. Now, this is extremely far out, just saying. This probably won't happen, but it has it becoming a 975 storm and landfalling. I'll just take a sounding on the right side of it just to see what it does, tornado-wise. That is prime tornado photograph. My goodness, look at that. That's a really nice photograph. If that actually happened, that would be not good, but it probably won't. Now let's look at the Euro model. I'm pretty sure we have tropical things on tidbits. Yeah, we only have Southwest Atlantic. Oh god. I'll just go national for now. The Euro doesn't even want a storm forming. It legit doesn't want a storm forming. Fun. Or if it does, it goes out to sea. Look at the Canadian now. Okay, the Canadian forms a storm and it rides up the east coast. Fun. I want to go to the Weather Bell and see what they have tropical cyclone wise because I want to actually see what the Euro does. Caribbean. There we go. Okay, we'll be able to see what the Euro does with this. Just wants a... Oh, there it is. Okay, so it looks like it wants a weak tropical storm. And really just wants a rainmaker. And it wants it to be a very slow... Oh, wait, that's the... Well, that is the 6Z. Let's look at the 0Z. Now, so let's see here. What does it do with it? It just wants a weak tropical storm. Interesting. Now, the Euro does typically underdo intensity-wise. Let's look at some of the ensembles here. Look at the Euro mean. The tropics. Let's just see here. Caribbean. Yep, again. Popular. MSLP. The European ensembles don't even want a tropical cyclone. That's pretty interesting. Let's look at the GEFS ensembles. So the GFS already wants tropical storm right here. And after that, we just don't know because yeah, after that, we don't know what's going to happen with it. I don't really... Oh, we have the icon model on here. Let's see what it actually does with it. Our wind speeds. Let's just look at the icon does. So there's the tropical cyclone here. Looks like it's a low-end tropical storm at this point via the icon. Hits the islands there. Struggles, but it does become a mid-end tropical storm at one point. Looks like it hits the island and struggles more. So the icon really doesn't want this to really form too well either. So that's interesting. Looking at their text, a broad area of low pressure associated with a tropical wave is moving through the Windward Islands. This system is producing a large area of showers. Environmental conditions appear favorable for development of a tropical depression likely in the next few days, while the system moves eastward at 20 miles per hour. The Leeward Islands should watch this system closely, as it will likely move through the region on Friday. So what they're basically saying, well, actually it was pretty easy to read them, but the Leeward Islands really need to watch this. That's pretty much all we're looking at right now. Then the portions of the Caribbean as well need to watch this. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this one. I think I explained everything that I needed to. I'll see y'all in the next one.